Hello, wonderful scholars. Today I'll be discussing the four kinds of sentences. Let's proceed to look at what those sentences are, shall we? Here we go. Declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. Those are the four kinds of sentences. Let's look at the first type of sentence. What is it? It's a declarative sentence. What is a declarative sentence? A declarative sentence tells something. It ends with a period. Remember, it ends with a period. Here is an example of that type of sentence. John and Stephanie whisper about the surprise party for Tyra. Notice this sentence tells about John and Stephanie, and it ends with a period. Remember that. Let's look at another example of a declarative sentence. Here we go. How clever of James to come up with such a unique rescue plan. This sentence tells someone's opinion about James's rescue plan. And again, it ends in a period. And students, don't forget, a declarative sentence tells something. It ends with a period. Next type of sentence is a interrogative sentence. What is it? An interrogative sentence asks a question. It ends with a question mark. Here's an example of that type of sentence. Would you like some cookies? This sentence asks if you want cookies. Notice how it ends with a question mark. Let's proceed to talk about the next sentence. What is that sentence? It's an imperative sentence. An imperative sentence gives an order. It ends with a period or an exclamation point. Here's your example. Go walk the dog. This sentence tells you to do something, and notice it ends with a period. It ends with a period. Let's look at another example of an imperative sentence. But before we look at an example, remember, an imperative sentence gives an order. It ends with a period or an exclamation point. Here is your example. Go out there and walk the dog. Again, the sentence tells you to do something. However, it ends with an exclamation point. This tells us the speaker really wants the dog walked. This shows strong feelings. Now let's move on to the next sentence, the next type of sentence. And this is the last type of sentence we're looking at today, exclamatory sentence. What is an exclamatory sentence? Here we go. An exclamatory sentence expresses strong feelings. It ends with an exclamation point. And here's an example. My birthday party is tomorrow. This sentence shows you how excited the speaker is. It does this by ending the sentence with an exclamation point, again expressing strong feelings. Here's another example of an exclamatory sentence. Mom, Trevor's chasing Amy with balloons. Sorry, Mom, Trevor's chasing Amy with water balloons. In this sentence's punctuation tells you how to read the sentence. Here, again, an exclamatory sentence expresses strong feelings and it ends with an exclamation point. Another example of an exclamatory sentence. Go out there and walk the dog. We've seen this before, right? Coming back to this sentence, we notice that it is an imperative sentence that expresses strong feelings. It does this by ending the sentence with an exclamation point. This sentence is both imperative and exclamatory. So it serves a dual purpose, imperative and exclamatory. And students, again, an exclamatory sentence expresses strong feelings. It ends with an exclamation point. Now, it's your turn. It's your turn to show what you know or what you've learned. Here's what you'll do. Write an example of each type of sentence that we discussed today. Be prepared to share your sentences in class tomorrow. Okay, looking forward to hearing what you have to share with us. Okay, here ends our lesson for today. See you in class tomorrow.